Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky. The show will begin momentarily. Now, more than ever, our data is at risk. Our supply chains are in jeopardy. Our systems are broken, and businesses feel powerless. Dragonchain gives you a different way, a safer way, a better way, and you have power over your data. Dragonchain gives you proof in an untrusted world. Build now at Dragonchain.com, America's blockchain.
All right, everyone, welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky, episode 0x64, the 101st episode, or in my notes, the 101st. It's awesome either way. This is the day after the week after the 100th episode. So thanks everybody for tuning into that one. It was pretty good. Some pretty good updates for you today. Most importantly, though, there's a live AMA. So in the chat, this is not an AMA that is in a thread on Den or anything. This is just live in the chat wherever you're watching from, on LinkedIn or YouTube, to ask any question you want, and we'll try to get to it. Limit is an hour. We're going to have a hard stop at the hour mark. We got started on time this week, so I think it's good. And let's get into the updates. So first, number go up. This week on number go up, the number of lot in the WBRT layer, the World Blockchain Roundtable layer. So in case you missed it, we just created a World Blockchain Roundtable layer and a new lot distribution model to basically experiment, but also to prove out what can be done even without any coding in the world. If you want to develop a good following, a good community, that this is just an example, but I think it's a pretty good model where the actual lot distributed every week is going to be based upon the success of each episode, and we're measuring that success by number of views, right? One thing we want to try to drive, because the point of the World Blockchain Roundtable show is to get as many viewers as possible so that we can educate people about blockchain technology in a good, solid way, ideally focusing on fundamentals, but whatever the questions might be. So if you can, go to Den.Social, go to layers, click the layers button, go down to the World Blockchain Roundtable layer, subscribe to it, leave a topic or a question, and there's actually a post every week. So you'll look at the latest post about, the questions post, and it gives you the rules. Do look, see what's already there. Do vote on them. It's extremely important that we know, if there's already a question in there that you want answered, vote it up so that it makes it on the show, and share the post if you haven't already, so that people can come and do the same, right? And the main point is that if you ask a topic or question and you actually get featured on the show, then you will get a portion of the lot that week. So it's a really good exercise, really good stuff. We've had some amazing guests or hosts on so far, and we've only been through a few episodes, so it's pretty cool. All right, so next update, the July 2021 LCP proposal phase has begun. So this month is going to be a 1-in-1 competition. The top proposal based on lore vote will be created, and the top proposal based on the number of unique voters will be created. So before making a new proposal, please do read the ones that are already there. Get a feel if the layer that you might be proposing already exists or might fit into a current layer. Not that it matters if you really think that there's a reason to have a niche layer that might be a little more specific than an existing layer. Do go ahead and make the proposal. There's nothing against that happening, and there are there are reasons that it's planned, and we do like to see competition even between the layers. So it should all be good. Voting phase is going to begin next Tuesday morning, and you can go look on Den.Social for the details. Okay, next update. And this is maybe a little long one, but it's basically that the quarterly newsletter is coming out. And among the updates in the newsletter, we realized we actually did a lot in the past 3 months, and we'll probably try to start going over these on the show here, so that people get a feel for progress, right? Not promises, but progress. And so the first thing was the energy report. Is a pretty well, I would say a very successful report in its the attention that we got from it. We're getting a really good amount of sales calls out of this directly, where people are, and this is some of the point that we already have the platform. It already is working as it has and as it will. And whenever we put out something like this, there's an opportunity for people to see it that haven't seen it, and to cut through all the noise that's out there in the industry. And one way or another, we're getting a lot of sales calls out of it that are unsolicited. It's not us going and asking people, it's people coming to us. Next update inside of that newsletter was that multiple new partners. For one, the India Blockchain Alliance has started to pick up steam. That if you've probably seen groups making posts out in the social platforms on LinkedIn and Twitter about the IBA doing things with multiple companies, including Dragonchain. Very, very good stuff. They're headed towards creating a lot of value. We also announced the Spark Plus, which is a group that's actually already active building things on Dragonchain for partners of Dragonchain. Some pretty important projects that are rolling out with that partnership. Really good stuff. And then the last one was the Security Solutions Technology announcement that, among other things, represents our access and basically our push towards public sector. Although it is beyond that, there's definitely a lot of commercial opportunity in there, but there's a lot of public sector stuff, including GSA schedule, and a lot of very interesting things where the fundamentals really, really do matter, which is good. I mean, we're well positioned for that. Next up was the GBBC, the Global Blockchain Business Council, had an event. We gave a presentation. It was actually really successful. We really like those that group. They're all about doing the right stuff with blockchain tech and getting word out. We also did a really good presentation at the Miami-Dade College blockchain sessions. They had a conference there that overlapped the Bitcoin conference in Miami, and it had a lot fewer instances of yellow pants and crazy people on stage. So it was good. There was a lot of good info there beyond even ours, if you get a chance to go watch it. Good. That's a good team there. Also, the initiation, the launch of the World Blockchain Roundtable, where we split off some of what we would do on Super Happy Dragon Lucky and created a new format that we think is going to be really successful to get not only, it's an interesting thing. We have a couple of, obviously, we have positioning inside of there as Dragonchain to answer questions as Dragonchain would, but we have a much broader audience because we're bringing other people in and other projects in to talk about blockchain fundamentals, or I should say, frankly, not just fundamentals, but anything blockchain. So that just started. Smart ballots was spun off. That basically, that's technology that I've been wanting to build since 2015, 2016. have had the general model in my head forever, and we finally were able to kick it off and turn on another entity that is fully tasked with going out and making partnerships and selling that technology for real world use. So really good stuff there. And there's already I mean, it's not unannounced yet, but there's already a prototype in place. There's already very good movement with that project. We just had the Super Happy Dragon Lucky 100th episode last week. That was exciting, and I think the year is because of that. Our year anniversary is coming up too, so maybe we can have another cake. I'm just joking. Anyway, that was good and interesting because the format has changed over time, pivot. But I think we're at a really scalable format now where I can come in, and if we didn't have to do it, if we didn't have time doing any prep, I could still do it, very quickly. So we're trying to make this as scalable as possible so that when adoption really starts to kick off, it won't kill me to keep doing the show. That's the main point of it, right? Okay, next on Den, we've created 18 new layers in the past quarter. And we moved from the 5 and 5 model to the 1 and 1 model, so that both the most voted on and the proposal with the most consensus will get in. We'll see when that starts to feel like it's too tight and we need to expand upon it again. But that was even a Den governance decision, and so we're going to continue going and striving to have decentralized governance with the people that are most interested and passionate about the project. So really good stuff there. We launched a new broadcast commercial, Digital Fortress, which has played on broadcast or cable TV. I'm not sure if I have the whole list in my head of where it's played and where it will be playing, but that goes out. It's been valuable already for name recognition and so on. Also, new blogs. So we've had 3. We had the greenhouse gases sustainability blog post. We've had the incentivizing behavior and loyalty with Dragonchain. Very, very important. Kind of abstract, and I think people will realize over time that that's extremely important capability of blockchain tech, fundamental. And then also a blockchain solution to advertising and social media, talking about how Den has taken the model totally, rethink the model for advertising. And we've already seen, we continue to get numbers, but we've seen a lot of success there. And if you've boosted anything yet in Den, and once you get to the point where you understand how it works, it's pretty radically effective and very interesting how it works. So, basically the main point being that content and the quality of content matters most. That other advertising platforms will basically key based upon the number of people who actually click on something, but we're actually adding extra dimension to it with allowing people to evaluate it side by side with other content, which is a super interesting thing, very powerful for the reader, and also really powerful for a business or someone who wants to actually promote something. And then the last item in the newsletter is about new merch in the Dragonchain store. So go to dragonchain.store. I actually have a few things that are supposed to be in there too that I haven't had time to get finalized, but there's some really good stuff. Some new Super Happy Dragon Lucky merchandise, some new Dragon Flag merchandise, and we have a few more things coming. So good stuff. That's all the updates. So we're going to be right back after this with the AMA.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. We choose to go to the moon.
All right, we're back to the AMA. Okay, so James Rocco. We all remember Rocco, right? A long time ago was a guest on the show, a repeated host, I should say, recurring host. Was it hard to integrate the quantum safe security feature to Dragonchain, and our potential customers wowed when you tell them the security? Well, it's hard and it isn't hard. I mean, everything in software you could say is some level of hard, but comparatively, it was easy. I mean, that's the point of what we do, or that's the point of the architecture, I should say, is that integration with new tech, including inside the core itself, is the point of it. It's all software, it's all doable, so relatively simple to integrate. Although there are, of course, little pieces that are hard. Some are abstract even on what we should do and how we should do it. But potential customers are actually wowed. Sometimes it is what's bringing people in. The fact that we have these two technologies combined in one has been really powerful for getting people in the door and getting them to understand, the added value of what we're doing. Because once they see that, then they open up to everything else when we tell them the stuff that tends to blow their minds of what's already possible, and they just have never heard of it. So, good question. Neil Dickinson, please can you clarify the process of how clients pay to use the platform? Where are the dragons bought from? Dragonchain's coffers or the open market? And when are they replenished? Currently, right now, there's a pool that comes from Dragonchain's operating, what would you call it? There was an operating pool that was part of the reserves that Dragonchain had, and that is the current place that they come from. Those are diminishing, of course. So in time, in fact, what we've tried to do is to time it with the big push for adoption, or the pull for adoption might be more accurate, that when we get a lot of these clients coming in, that will no longer be possible, and they will have to be bought from open market. The question is where. We don't know if they'll come from, would they come from KuCoin? Would they come from Uniswap DEX, automated programmatically in the platform itself, or will they come on some monthly basis from Beaksy? If I had to get, because Beaksy's a partner and great guys, really trust them. They're US based, they're solid. All the regulatory side stuff is solid, and I wouldn't worry about anything there. And if I had to guess, though, we'll probably do it on a monthly basis. Right now, at least, the design in my head was that we would know the number of customers that have contracted to do things every month. We'd have to have and it might even be the reserves pool would be the for any overages that we might have. But that when someone comes in and pays a certain amount monthly, that we know the total amount, we buy it on some schedule monthly, so that they are always there. We don't know that for certain, though, but that would probably be the most scalable way to do it. So, Christopher Lamb, what percentage of resources are devoted to Den as opposed to Dragonchain? That depends on the month. We have staff that moves around between. We have a couple of people that are solely on Den, but we have other people that rotate around, and that includes not just Dragonchain core, because you have to think about it. We have Dragonchain core. We have certain components inside a Dragonchain core that have people who would be the experts on the team. And then we have what we usually call solutions, where it's not a single team, but when a customer comes in, needs something built, needs something prototyped, or needs something integrated, that we will typically have different people on that, so that we can get a lot of the skills and knowledge spread around the company. So I couldn't give you an exact. It is less than 50% for Den, but it is definitely mixed every month, so, or maybe even on the week. Johnny M, a number of clients are being onboarded. Are you able to give any insight on these clients by terms of market cap and what parts of Dragonchain they're using? Presumably Digital Fortress is hot at the moment. I can't give you any information on anyone that is signing on unless they have agreed to and are announcing. I can tell you that we do, of course, push for it. We want people to announce when they're using Dragonchain, and some of them are waiting. I do suspect that some that you don't know about yet will be public about it in time, but everything in time, you have to be patient. Market cap, I mean, you can make some guesses. We've gotten a lot more interest from a lot of bigger players recently, and that would include existing well-founded entities, both public and private sector. And we also would say that there are a couple of what I would say would be well-funded startups that are sold and ready to go. And we're about to kick off a few things. And they are, like I said, well-funded, well-placed, excellent network. Basically the right. They have all the right people in place to make successful projects. So it's a big mix. But we're really focused on the strategic ones right now, the ones that will turn into good volume on transactions, good value create. It's funny because all of this comes together where it is, by the way, the same projects that have the money that will produce the high volume, that also will be the strategic ones for Dragonchain marketing and future positioning. So they tend to, all those things kind of mix together. Another from Rocco. Any update on Open Source Money Season 2 release date? And will you be making a cameo in the Atari movie? Also keep the beard. Okay, so I was thinking about cutting the beard off yesterday, if I should or shouldn't. So we'll see. And it needs to grow faster though. But Open Source Money Season 2, I've heard some things. More than anything, I've been interested in trying to figure out how we can make sure that Season 1 can be more accessible. I know they're still working Season 2. I know they filmed a bunch of stuff. They came to Seattle a few months back and filmed a bunch of stuff for me. It's always a weird thing where you have to, some of it's scripted, some of it isn't. You have to talk about X. And so I have to stand there and talk about something that's funny. But I don't know the release date. So you might ask JD about that. He would be the one to know that. Okay, get bashed with this. Win Golden JoJo mug. We should probably do that. We have talked recently about extending the Golden JoJo to actually be a meaningful, usable thing. So and there are also some other things that we want to do related with badging for the holders, all of you beautiful people that hold dragons for a long period of time. So some of that will be coming hopefully soon, and there will be merch involved as well. So that'll be good. And is that it? Is that everything? That's all the questions. Okay, so I think I saw one that wasn't popped up. 1 second. I'll answer this. How did you meet Phil and Dr. Al from Rocco? Same as everyone the past year online. I still haven't met him in person, either one of them, sadly. I was hoping to meet him last week, but we had some people fly in, but we weren't able to make it work. So soon we'll meet in person. Let's see here. And I think that's it. So anyway, let me look. So I make sure I don't miss anything. So watch us again next week, same time, every Tuesday. Also this Thursday, watch the World Blockchain Roundtable. And in the meantime, pop over to Den.Social, leave a question or topic in the World Blockchain Roundtable there. And then follow Real Denizens, follow Dragonchain Gang, follow me, Jojo Rowe, and make sure you subscribe to this and like and comment or anything else that makes sense. But thanks a bunch for joining. See you next week.
Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best.
Adaptable, all capital, label radical yet rational. Adaptable approach is palpable if this animal is fallible. But that conclusion is laughable, so with for all detachable from the mandible, you see it now.